Well, and good evening to Scale Model Ninja. Tonight we'll be working on the Steelheart Champions. We've nearly got them all completed. But first of all, I'm going to go through on some of the stuff I've actually been doing. So, I've just got people saying, well, just David in at the moment, saying hi, Ross, Christine, and chat. So that basically chat caught up fairly quickly. So, we'll go down to MatCam. Okay then. Well, this week I have been doing some of these little fellas. These are classed as night haunts. You see it? There we go, she's got it. She's trying to figure out where the mouse is. But yeah, we've been doing some of these little night haunts. This one's nearly finished. Just got to do the wash on him. And we've got a few more of the little fellas. All done. So we've got them 5 done. Still got one more to do on them. Move these out of the way. Over here out of the way. And the other thing I've been doing, and what I started off last week, was this little fella. And that is the Space Wolves Stormfang gunship. Now I've done my own colour scheme on it because it's supposed to be a lot lighter, sort of grey blue. But I've just been having fun with it because I like the blue, the darker blue and the gold. So it's in that scheme with a metallic Arctic blue highlights on some of the parts. So yeah, it's been a fun little build. I've enjoyed it. And you've got a customised little Space Marine in the cockpit. He's in a metallic light blue in there. So that's his driver. So that's one of the things I've been playing around with this week. I'll put you over there, out of the way. Now to get to where we were from last week's show. We will carry on working on this little fella. And so far he's all completed. We just have the base to do. So if we pull him out, so we've basically got to do base and sort of like highlight it and then put the bits of grass and moss and everything that I usually add and a few little leaves So hopefully that should all come up a bit better tonight. Then we shall be starting on the third figure. And this is a female stalker. I can't remember her name now. Right. He is... It does say Sigmarite Field, but I can't remember what her name is. Let's see if I can find it in the instruction. That was Orbin Bold. Right, Angrad Bright Shield, her name is. So she'll be the next one to build. And she was a bit fiddly at first because when I put it together, the head and the arm was actually holding the parts of the body apart. So I've had to just modify it slightly on the inside to make her fit better. So now she's all sort of like fitting together a lot better. I've also de-seamed her so she's ready for painting, and then she's also got a little shield to go on her, so that should go on something like that. There we go. So that's what she should look like when she's all completed. And we've also got another base to work on as well. So we'll start off with this one. So at the moment we've just had we just primed it in the grey. So next we're going to do some highlighting, which we will need the white scar, I think it is. No, it's Corex white, that's it. And we'll be dry brushing this on. So I'm going to have to grab my dry brush. This one. You can see it's a nice big fluffy brush. And this scrap of paper. We're just going to be on the brush, rub it off, like so. And then we'll just literally just rub it over and just highlights all the edges of the stones. Does that. All the edges that stand out. And it sort of gives it a misting in the middle of the stonework. And it makes it look a bit more worn. And that's all you basically need to do when doing dry brushing. So it just catches all that nicely. And gives it the stone a more worn look. Okay. Rub off, like so. Cleaned off. Okay. Who else we've got coming in now? It's Mark Shellard. Good evening, mate. Welcome to the show. Your night haunts have swords, mine have daggers. Yeah, well, there's all different types of night haunts, David. I can't remember that name for these ones again. It does have. Do have a certain name for these. They're different ones. These are. The other ones. They're the next ones I'll be doing, which are the Dread Scythe Harridans, which I've already got primed ready to do for next ones. Just can't see if I've got the paperwork out for another little fellas, but can't exactly fully remember which name they are, but yeah, but there are quite a number of different types of night haunts. Then you've got the Dread Scythe, you've got the Dread Blades, and a few other ones. So, not too sure what the actual name is, but I will find out for you later on. Okay, next we want Agrax Earthshade, which is that one. We'll try not to knock it over this time, which is always a good thing, really. And go with this literally all over. Just give it a bit of depth. Right. Go. So while we're waiting for that one to dry, we'll then... Oh, we've got Johnny joining us. Welcome, Johnny. How's the old rabbit hole going? You ordered anything else yet? Marsh is saying hello to Johnny. Sprue and Glue is also saying hello to Johnny. And Johnny's saying long time no see, Sprue. And then hello, Mark. Was there spillage? Yes, there was on the last show. I did. I knocked over this one, which is the Druchel Violet, which is a rather purpley colour, hence the reason why the back stayed to the back of the actual pot is like so. So yeah, that was a spillage, not just once but twice. So yeah, but hey ho, these things happen. Okay, so what we're going to do while we're waiting for that one to dry, we'll do a bit of work on this one, and we'll go over this one with the grey to start it off and leave that one to dry. Yes, it made it sort of more of an interesting show when I knocked it over, not just once but twice, whilst I was live. And then I think I also knocked over another pot. But hey ho, these things happen. But lucky enough, majority of it all went into me paint tray, so I managed to get my syringe and clean it all up and put it back into the pot without wasting it, which, as they're not that cheap, it's always good if you can save it. But these things happen, but never mind. So, this one, the base grey done, and then hopefully once this is the other one's dry, we can start picking out some of the detail, and then we can go over with the Newland oil, and that should hopefully then pick out the slabs, and then we'll probably go over with some of a light green wash just to add a bit of depth to it and a mossy effect to it. So Mark's saying just like, was there spillage? I've met him, and then yeah, Johnny's been out and bought a Thunderwolf and a Wolf Lord. Ooh, nice ones. Looking to see how you get on with them, mate. It should be interesting builds for you. Okay, so we've got that one base ready. This one's drying nicely. Just put it in front of the fan for a couple of seconds. Hopefully help dry it off a bit. I do have my little desk fan running again tonight. It does look as though it needs a good clean out though. Poor little thing. There we go. And then Sparrow just saying nice kits. I did it once with black on the carpet. Needless to say, I was in the doghouse. I bet you were. Good evening, Fred. Welcome. Good watching your live show earlier on. A bit of fun. The good thing about having a desk fan, you can do this sort of thing and just put your, when you're doing washes, you can just put it in front of the fan and it dries it off. Okay, we're having a few issues because one of our little midgets has decided to move the camera a little bit. Oh, the fan is, yeah, that's at the back of the desk, out of the way. You ain't going to get that, I'm afraid. Well, here's my little desk fan, and all I do is just do that. Stick it in front, and it dries it reasonably quickly. So it's all handy. Looks like Mark, I did it once, yeah, with dropping it on there. That would definitely get you in the doghouse. I bet you had fun trying to clean that out. And Springloo just saying hi to Fred. Johnny's saying hi to Fred. And Fred's just saying hi to Johnny and David. Mark saying hi to Fred. Mark, could you not blame it on the carpet? Blend it into the carpet. Probably not if he's got like a blue carpet. Wait, sod off, moth. And then Fred's just saying hello to Mark. So, we've done the dry brushing. We've got the first of the first layer of wash on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get the Newlin oil, which is this one, or null oil. A quick shake up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use a thin brush, and we're going to go in between the cracks of the stones, like so, just to darken them off, just almost like a panel line on it. Now I'm getting whinged at the backroom staff at the moment. Well, I may have knocked the camera, putting my new shelves up, which are now up in the man cave, holding models, so I could actually free up more shelf space for my stash, which it did work. So they're now all filled up again. And there we go. That's just highlighting them a little bit. Some in the eyes there. Mouth. Okay, so that's them all highlighted. Now I'm going to use bit more of the Agrax Surf shade to go over where these little stones are here and everything like that. So make them a bit darker and blend them a bit more. They just stand out a bit more by putting lots more onto them. Because I've got my leaf green down there. On this base, you've actually got quite a bit going on here, which is pretty good, really, on these pre-formed bases. You want this to look more earthy. Whether this is the right technique, I haven't got a clue, but it's one I use, and I prefer to do it this way. May not be acceptable in the great wide world of Games Workshop because they like doing things their way, but I like doing things my way. Okay, Then the next thing to do, we'll be doing the little leaves that are just sticking out and proud of all the other things. We'll do them next. Close you before I end up spilling you. So we're just going to use a Vallejo paint colour. This is light green. We'll use this for leaves. It will be darkened down once I put the final wash over it all. Just need a little bit. It'll all darken down, because even though it'd be fairly bright at first, but it should darken down once we put the final wash, which should be a mixture of Null and Agrax Earthshade. I normally use anyway. And get into them ones there to make all these stand out a bit more. Be back soon. The dog's howling at something. Really wanting him to go out for a whiz. Yes, I've that. You've locked it outside already, saying, "Shut up, you nosy monk." Or in worst case scenario, you've locked the wife outside. Another. That's a leaf there. Yep. A few more on this side to do. One there. One there. One underneath it as well. Even though there's one underneath this one, it will come up a bit more and show out a bit more once we do the next wash over it. It could all drop into place. A few leaves here, all on top of each other. Inside. Yeah. And we've got Mark saying, was tempted to go to Cameo with it. I fear it would have only got worse. You were trying to camouflage it, but no. Especially if your missus has seen it. Then you will be in a whole world of trouble. When it comes to paint on carpets, you're better off usually just to say, bite the bullet and go, "Yep, I've done it. Sorry, love." And then say, "Okay, I'll get the carpet cleaners in." Or if you're sneaky enough, you should have got the carpet cleaner arranged before you told her. Say, "Look, love, I decided to get the carpets cleaned. Just to surprise you." And then she would have just turned around and said, "What you done now?" Yeah, I think that's all the leaves done. So on this section here, where it's got the letterings and that lot, I'm actually going to dry brush some of the brass on it. Well, it's a gold. It's called Balthazar gold, and it's almost like a brass colour. The reason why I'm doing that is because it just sort of gives it a better effect. We just do ink, dip that. We don't need a lot of it. Something about this stuff. Dry brush it. The brush is nearly dry. And we should be able to go over it like so. Give it sort of slight worn metal look to the stone, to hint that it might have been painted at some point and it's old and warm. So yeah, gives it a bit of colour and depth to it on that. So there we go, that's that part done. Oh, I've actually missed a leaf. I have indeed. And this one. I think that's now all of them done. There's a bit of vine there that I've got to do. Oh, I've missed another one. Surprised how you miss them, because your mind just gets focused on the one point and you sort of like miss little bits here and there. Oh, and another one there. It was hiding. We've also got oh, Brett H. Welcome, mate. Welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy it. What should I say? Anyone else get the storm around 6 AM UK time? Nope, we didn't get any storms, as far as I know. Generally, because I was probably sleeping at that time. Well, trying to. Because I've not really been sleeping that well lately. Spill brown over the top and blame the dog. Yeah, tempting. And Spoon Rouge is saying hi to Brett, Marchand is saying hi to Brett, and Chorus just saying hi to Brett. You can see the base is slowly really coming together. I'm getting a bit of colour and depth to it now. So, I'm going to go over with some Hexerate, I think it's called. No, that's the one. Where the hell's that one gone? Oh, there's a movie. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. You. Oh, wires are getting tangled, but never mind. Where is it? Look, that's the. That green's a bit too dark. Ah, there it is. Coelia. Green shade. This one I don't really need a lot of it, so just removing some of it from the brush, and then we're just going to go like that, wipe it over, and again it just sort of brings out the light, the edges and everything, and just makes the stone look a bit dirtier. Everything else look a bit darker. And you can see it's now changed to a bit of a darker shade. And that's that sorted. So we've also got a bit of vine here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that in the dryad bark. Just close that up before I knock it, and that's how I knocked the other one. Because the lid was standing up, and I went reached over and just went split. Okay, where are you? Dryad bark. Nope. Yeah, we're not sorting the paint out really first. But then we go. Ah, there we are. And it just makes it look like a bit darker on it. So this one, just to get this little vine here that's coming up the side of the head, the stone head. So then, what we all building at the moment? Are we building Warhammer, or are we building normal models i.e. such as ships, tanks, boats of civilian type or military aircraft. I'm actually building a Vosper MTB. There's something different. It's one my good lady picked out for me to do. I think she thought it would be a small kit, but it's even though it's only 1/72nd, it's about the same size as the Stormfang that I've built. Okay, so that's the vine all done. There. I can do. How's that for you? There we go, it should brighten up a bit more for you now. But as you can see, we've got the vine now standing out a bit more on the edge there. And then when we finish, I'll go around there with the dried bark as well. So now that's all sort of like semi-dried down, we'll get another coat of Agrax Earthshade on it. The other one's dried. And then we'll give it a final dust over with some white. When we go over it a bit more. Nice helping of Agrax Earthshade, just to dull that green down of the leaves, make them look all older. And there we go. Like so. And then Newman oil, I'll use that in a minute. But what I want to do is let that dry quickly in front of the fan. We'll dry it off fairly quickly. I'll take a quick slurp. Yeah. Spruce saying, even the dog would drop me in the hoo. Mark. Probably would then. Okay, that's coming along nicely. So what I'm going to do now is just going to give it a quick dry brush over with white again. And just bring it out, these edges out just a bit more again. So I've got the Vallejo cold white. And this will be dry and brushing again, which we will need these brushes again. And then my old scraggly brushes. That's gone over too much there. Excuse me. So we've got the final bit of white on it. Like so, and then we're going to go over with some Newlyn oil. And that should hopefully all darken back down. Look at that. I think I may even give it another coat of Agrax Earthshade as well afterwards. And sometimes when using Nuln oil, it does give a shinier finish, but we don't want that. So let that dry off, isn't it? Basically, you can weather it in, and then until you get what you basically want, or the finish you want, desired finish you want. You can mix it in between like the Nuln oil, which helps darken it off, and then the final coat of Agrax, I think. And I think that should roughly do it for this base, and then it's just adding the little bits here and there of moss and that lot. I find it becomes into them more of a 3D image and makes it look a lot better. So yeah, that's now dried off. We'll give it a final coat of Agrax. You can see it's still showing out all the copper and everything. There we go over with Agrax. That just gives that dirtier stone a look. And the old leaves are now sort of like gone from that bright green to like a dirty green, which is what we wanted. Oh, come on people, what are we all building? Must be somebody out there building something. That's nearly done. That scraping paper out of the way. Okay, so there we go. That's near enough dried up nicely. So we'll stick our man on him. All we've got is two little pins that we've got to put some glue in. Pin marks, like so. And we should have him completed. Okay, so that's that bit. And then we're just going to go around the edge of the base with the dried bark, like I said. That just finishes that off. Makes it look like a nice clean finish to the mucky grey from when we primed it. And yes, Fred, we will get you doing some Warhammer yet. Yep, that's Fred, Models United. He's doing a Chieftain tank and Trapeze. Also a SU-27 at our club. Yeah, I think it's called the Canuck Men's Shed Club or something like that, isn't it, Fred? Put your name up on what it is in the chat, and then if you want to let people what you do, put a little bit of a spiel up for yourself, give yourself a bit of free advertisement, you can do. And what the place is called, you can more than welcome to put that up in the chat, mate. I have no problems. Okay, so that's this little fella done. So that's the second of the Steelheart Champions completed. So here we go. That's second Steelheart Champion. And if I remember what his name was again, I will get him. He's called Adrian the Bold. He's a man with a big hammer, basically. The Gannock Valley Men's modelers, something like that anyway. Men's Shed Modelers, whatever it's called, I think. So yeah, that's the second of the Steelheart Champions completed, but, well, near enough anyway. But what I forgot to do is put in the moss and the little bits of grass that we're going to put on, and they are kept in the drawer of goodies. So, need that. Where's my little grass spot? And there we are. So, yeah, this is basically Java's countryside scenics stuff, and it's mainly used for making hedgerows and trees. I think you can use it for, but I use it as a moss. And then I got these from the internet, and these are Warpainter scenics, and they're just all little different bits of flowers and grasses, all different colours and that lot. And I've used quite a few of them. I do have a few more in the drawer. Gannett Valley Men's Shed Modelers, that's the one. Well remembered. It's not very often I can remember things like that. So we've got some nice little bits of blue flower, and a bit of lighter pink, and then we just want some drier grasses. I'll order in a minute. There's one. That's the one I want. A bit of yellowy ones, I think. Let's see. Some multicoloured ones there. Might put a couple of them on. There's a mixture of grasses. So, here we've got some different flowers, and that lot what I use. We've got some purple ones, and then we've got some drier grass, little tufts, and then some slightly more livelier grass, and then we've got some pinky flowers. But I won't be using whole pieces, I'm just using bits from it. So I normally cut bits off, and then we'll put that onto the model. So that's that one. So in this one, we'll put it into there. So a bit more. These are actually self-adhesive ones that you can get. You make it look like little bits of grass and stuff are going around it. Okay, so that's all they need of them. A little bit of this lighter stuff. Down there. On the edge of the stone. Okay. And we'll give them a few little purpley flowers. Good. Bits of grass. So we'll have them coming out from underneath there, I think. If I can get him to stay in there. There we go. And push him in. The flowers are just coming out from underneath the crown section there. There we go. So next, as we don't need any more of them ones, give him a few little multicoloured ones as well. Like so. Stick them just in there. You can see it just gives it a bit more of a livelier 3D effect on it. And then what we'll do now is we'll get some little bits of this one. We'll do that don't need that. Well, then we're just going to put some little bits of what I class as then moss. Break a few little bits of this off. Break it down a little bit. I don't want any really big bits. Okay, so now what I normally do when I'm sticking this stuff on, because the normal little Rebel glue pots don't generally like sticking this stuff down. So what I normally use is the old poly cement. There you go, there. Squeeze a bit on me bit of scrap paper. Like so. You'll remember these are from the old starter set. Put it in. Put that into there. Like so. This is where these type of tweezers come in handy. They bend nicely. Okay. Glue on it. Put a piece underneath his back foot. Like so. In there. Just working around where the stones are really. Makes it look a bit older. There we go. Might stay this time. Whee! That's the crack of the stone. We'll do this one, we'll put him in just down there. May look like the old stone's been there a while. Now I think we'll put a little bit in. Let's get that bit down a bit more. One of the eyes. That, those little chunky. So we'll make the knife as though it's been there a bit more longer, so we'll put that in that eye socket like so. And I think we are near enough. Finished. Yep, I think that'll do for that one. So we'll just use a bit of the railway scenic stuff. So now we are all done. I'll take some pictures of that and we'll put it up on the groups, no doubt. Many of you are members of, and you'll see it on different ones when I remember, that is. I still haven't put up some of the other stuff I've done. That can go away. Might be because I might have knocked that one. Just saying, I might have knocked one of the models that are blocking the light from ceiling this evening when I was putting my shelves up. So it's sort of just generally covering the lights. So at the moment, we'll sort that out. So I do apologise if the... Good evening, Sarah Jane. Welcome. Keep the noise down, please. Thumbed up. Having meds. And off to sleep. Take care all night. Good night. Hello and good night. Then you got Cora just saying good night, Sarah. And then you got Fred just saying hi and take care, Sarah. And then Dave comes in saying sweet dreams, Sarah. Depends how many meds she's taking. Okay, so next up we have the female Stormcast to work on. So we'll do the shield, I think, first. I think we're going to need... This one's getting a bit low, it is. Ooh, yeah. Do you give me a bit... Huh? No. Yes, our little horror decided to get hold of some of my paint, one of the paint pots, and it was Mephiston red, and decided to paint himself, the chairs, and half the living room in the process with Mephiston red, thinking it was absolutely highly hilarious. Well, Daddy had his back turned for about 2 seconds. So the old adage of when your child goes quiet and then suddenly starts giggling, you know he'd been up to something. Me not thinking much of it, totally ignored it, which was one of the first mistakes I made. Only to find out when my good lady decided to phone me via Facebook Messenger app, saying, is there anything wrong with the living room? And to my general knowledge at that time when she phoned, being rather puzzled, turned around and said, no, nothing wrong with it. He goes, are you sure? And then she forth comes in and says that there's Draven's covered in red paint. So dreading turned around and noticed that the living room was covered in paint. A little sod. But lucky enough we managed to wash it all off the furniture, and it was mainly on one of my cutting mats that the good lady borrows. So it was on that mostly. So yeah, we were fairly lucky in a way. He didn't do too much damage. That's that first bit done. Now we want the blick. Where are you? There he is. Way back. What should do is handles. Excellent. Yeah. Too right, mate. You do love them. For our sins. Little shit. Yes, he thought it was highly hilarious when he came back downstairs. And they come back down looking at you in that sweet and innocent little face, saying as if, I never did it, Daddy, honestly. Trying to blame it on his bigger brother. As if to say, like, big bro gave me the paint to play with, honestly. Yeah. He's also now slowly worked out how to use the TV remote. So now puts on whatever he wants when he's down here. So yeah, he's getting too wise for his own boots at 3-year-old. Especially when it comes down to grabbing Dad's spare tablet and watching that, because it's got kids YouTube on it. And the other day, when I was in Hangout, he decided it would be a great idea to make about 10 different phone calls to the people of that group. The poor old Dad was getting thinking that something's going wrong in the Hangout. What's going on? But it wasn't. It was my 3-year-old making phone calls. Just to be having a bit of fun. But hey ho, all part of the fun and games of having a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old. And then to top it off today, our 8-year-old decided it'd be a great idea to knock a hole in the garden fence with metal rods. And his excuse for doing it was, I didn't think we needed it anymore. Yeah. We didn't need the fence to keep the dog in. So he thought, oh well, we'll just knock a big hole in it. So guess what Daddy's doing tomorrow? He's fixing a bloody fence. So, as punishment, the 8-year-old will be coming to work with Daddy on Monday. And he'll be learning how to put fencing up. Yes, so he's going to have some fun with me on Monday. And he ain't going to like it because he's got nowhere to go because it's in the middle of a bloody great big field. So he's got that to deal with tomorrow. Or Monday, I should say. Okay, so we've got Cantor Blue now for the shield. Go around this edge here. So Fred then, are you actually going to be building a 148 sub? And if so, are you going to Warhammer it? That'll be an interesting challenge for you. As we know you like the odd challenge or so. Yeah, definitely keep you busy for a few months. Especially if you decide to actually light it up as well. That'll look even better. I think it's the Trumpeter that does the 148 sub. But yeah, that would definitely keep you going for a few live streams. That's one thing. I mean, it's one of the subs that I wouldn't mind getting myself. The 148 one, but you never know, I might treat myself to one at some point. They are really nice looking kits. As I said, we will be getting you doing the Warhammer, you know that, don't you? You're not going to get away from it, mate. We just got to think of a suitable challenge for you in the Warhammer sort of thing to do. Can't have you running away from the rabbit hole. We definitely can't have you escaping from it. So, yeah. Okay, we're one of these blue tacky sticks. Okay. I'll bring that over and around a bit. There we go. So, well, that's around a bit more. We'll do the front of the shield. You can hang it on the ceiling. Just hang it over the bedroom side bed ceiling, right in the middle, so your wife can say, "Ain't that a big one?" Then again, it's probably not a good idea because you probably end up getting jealous of it. Oh, around there. So yeah, this will be the first coat of Cantor Blue gun on this one. And we'll just keep going around them a bit. So on the next build, it's going to be something the wife wanted me to do, and it's Not Warhammer for once. I am doing a submarine, and it's from the series Sequest DSV. I do have a choice of 2 to do. Yeah, if she enjoys that sort of size, mate, she probably would do. So if she's watching or listening, you better not give her any ideas, mate. You might get made redundant. Yeah, like so. That's that bit done. The first coat on the shield. One thing about Citadel paints, they do dry really quickly as well. I suppose it's even better when you have a little fan running. That does help dry it a bit quicker. Old fag ass Lil going in the background there with the old spinny ashtray. Okay, it's the second coat of blue on the front of the shield. Done. Okay, so got the first coat, the second coat of the blue on. So next we have the gold to do, which will be Retributor armor. There we go. We've got this to go around here. And then there's a few little bits there, but we'll highlight them out in a little while with the silver. We'll see what I mean in a little while. This will probably take a couple of coats to cover it fully. Oh dear me. I must remember to breathe when I'm doing this. Right, so what we're doing now is go inside the edge. It should just tie that bit up. One reason why I do like using my blue tack sticks, as I call them. It's basically bits of sprue and that's got bits of glue stuck, bits of blue tack stuck on it. And they do a brilliant job. Especially on parts where you can't actually use the clips, the gator clips that I've got on some of my other ones. You can't use them on this sort of thing because it'll just damage it beyond. But I do have lots of these. If I've got like little nubs sticking off from pieces, I can usually use these bits when I go in like that. It generally holds it quite tight enough to generally paint them. or put them somewhere to stand and dry. So that's what I use them for. Now we've got the, even though we've still got some blue touch up there, we've got the first coat of gold on. Give it a couple of seconds in front of the fan, and then we'll turn it over, and then we'll do the highlight section around the back of it, which will be this little bit of grey line here, doing that, and that will go into Mephiston red. Just a slightly different red and brighter. And I generally find it gives it a better effect, like so. And then you can probably see I'm using the side of the tip of the brush, so for there, we'll just use the tip just to go along. And there we go. We'll just use the tip to tidy up the edge and hide slight little imperfections, like so. This way it just tidies it up, and it helps it transition from the darker red to the slightly lighter one. Now with Mephiston red, depending on what your base colour is, i.e. your primer, it generally changes the colour of the Mephiston red. So if you, for some reason or other, it just sort of like blends it through to the back. And we've got Models Unite saying, right buddy, you need to go, as work in the morning, take care of all in the Medlock house and stay safe. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, mate, and good luck at work tomorrow. Hope you have a good day, and we'll see if we can sort something out on the old Warhammer front for you. So take care. Okay, so we've got the shield. Majority of it's there and done. There we go. Yeah, it's good news as well. When I sent all my spares to Fred for the Gannett Valley Men's Club, or Model Shed Club, and one of the gentlemen that attends it had lost or damaged the props to his short sterling. But lucky enough, in there, as I knew there was actually about 3 different sets of props, and I think one of them was a set of sterling props that he managed to allow the gentleman to finish his model. So one happy bunny, and I'm glad that all the spares worked out for you, mate. So it's pretty good that something as simple as donating the spare parts of your model kits that you don't use. It's amazing how they can actually go and help towards other members and saving them from wasting a whole kit because they cannot finish it with parts missing. So yeah, if you've got a modelling club around near you and you've got shed loads of spares like I had, I think there's some like 2.5 kilograms or 3 kilograms I think it was of spare parts that I knew I would never use, but knowing full well that I'll build up another whole collection of spare parts fairly soon, like I am doing already. There's about 3 drawers there full of different parts. So yeah, it's easily done, and if you know a club that's near you and they can use those parts to help models that are less fortunate than some of us, helps them finish the build off and stops them from getting demoralised because they've had to throw it away after they put so much effort and time into it. It's always good if you can do that. And it's like with me, if I had the spare parts when I did have them, and I noticed on a spares page that I belong to a couple of them, and people need these parts, I'm not using them, don't need them for anything, so I will quite happily post them out to them. And people a lot of the time ask me, do you sell them? No, I'll send them out free of charge. I don't care. I'm not one of those people that will profiteer off of something that I'm not going to use. I don't agree with that at all. If you've got spare parts, you're not using them, they're not part of your build, especially the plastic ones that come in the kit originally, then give them away to somebody that needs them. It's not hard. I mean, most of the time, a lot of them will offer to pay for your postage, so you ain't got to pay for that. You just send them out to them. I mean, I've sent stuff out to America, I've sent it out to Canada, Australia, New Zealand, I think I've sent stuff to. And all over the world. Just sending it out to people that needed it. I think even one part of it went to Jersey. Some places. And it just saves people from throwing kits away when they don't need to. So as I said, if you go onto these there's plenty of pages on Facebook that have got spares and that wanted. And it just takes you 5 minutes to go through them and just check. If you've got something, you generally know what you've got in your spare stash, like I do. And if there's somebody there that needs them, good. PM and say, look, got this available. Do you need them still? If they come back and say, yeah, okay, send us your address, PM me, and I'll post them out to you. And you've got Brett just saying, I hate that you get better prices on GW stuff. That would be because it's made in England. The Games Workshop stuff, mate. But I mean, as the wife was saying, there's a lot of stuff that she wants that you can't get in the UK and can only get in America. So you'll have to import it in that lot. Okay, you've got. Let's show this other brush. Not that one. Where are you? Just getting the flash. He's done the shield. Okay, that one. And then we'll go to this side. And as like I said, it's always good to help people when they need it. And if you're in a position where you can help, good, go ahead, do it. We're saying, like, what is it you wanted? You're on about the American style railway buildings that you can't get in the UK, which you can't. Yes. Yeah, most of the stuff you get over here is all European style. Very rarely do you get the American style, like train buildings and that. And there's a daft little bloody Dungeons and Dragons blue dragon that she wants. It's not been released in the UK yet, and I don't think it will be for a foreseeable time, but it is available out in the United States. So she's after that one at the moment. But if you really know what she wants altogether, it's whether you've got about 5 hours to sit and listen to her list. Because it's not a short one. And if she typed it in chat, we'd end up losing all the chat all night. Hammer on the shield. Yeah. You twat. Go that up there and the brush the wrong side of it. Yes, and I'm mumbling to myself. Because I've just made a slight little error. Nothing that can't be fixed. So that's his handle and hammered on. And we just need a little bit of glue again. Need in there. So that's now all done. That bit. Yeah, that's the young blue dragon that she wants, I think. I think it is the actual young blue dragon that she wants, mate. I think it's only sort of like released this year for her. But yeah, she can't get it here, so she'll just have to wait. The distributors are having problems getting it to the UK, basically. And that's she was informed that from the Goblin Workshop, or whatever she wants to call it. Stock them in the UK. But that's the reason why they've given that they're not here yet. Whether it's true or not, we ain't got a Scooby.
Still 3 of them. It might be here next month. That's the next upload this month sometime.
But yeah, there's a delay on it. So yeah. I'll say if you're really nice to Brett, he might send one over to you.
American friend.
The main thing is the train buildings he wants is the ones that actually he goes, I think it cost me about $15, and I see it in a few shops I go to. I could probably do that actually. Well, that'd be good, mate. If you could, just let us know how much it is, and then we'll send you money over for it, mate. That's not a problem. And then we'll sort something out about postage and everything. Quite happily to do that, mate. That'll also cheer the good lady up, because I may even get you to get 2 of them So if you let us know how much they are, well, how much it will cost for you, we'll sort out something on the long run. I think they're about
$14.99.
yeah. So you actually get them cheaper over there as well. They're about 14-15 quid here. So yeah, you're probably getting them. Probably about 27 bucks. I think that would work out to roughly here. Oh, it's about 25 bucks. I think they were, if you translate it over to American. Okay, so now we're gonna do the little inlays on the shield. Do them.
It's the adult.
Oh, sorry, it's the adult blue dragon that she wants, not the young. Ain't got a clue about that one.
Unpainted miniature grade 14 blue dragon.
And it's from Pathfinder Models. And there we go, that's the silver bits done. Shield's nearly done, so we've just got the hammer finished doing. So we need Lady Belcher, which is that one. Yes, I think it's the adult and the young one that I want to do. So I might actually start collecting those dragons, because I do love my dragons. That's one thing. I do have a mirror with a dragon around somewhere. Not sure where it's gone now. The good lady took it down from the bathroom. No, it's the unpainted one, mate, that she wants, the adult blue dragon. It's saying it's called Way 14 Blue Dragon. Design
groups. This is group 14. Way 14.
That's, well, I know, but it does look a nice model. Because we have looked at it online, but you just can't get it in the UK. Loving the money at the moment. Where's the brassing one? There it is. If the wife sends me a picture, I'll send it to you, mate, later, after the show. That makes it a bit easier for you. But yeah, like the same without the everything else. The Dungeons and Dragons stuff, that's cheaper over in the States because it's made there, I think. But yet Games Workshop, because it's made in England, is cheaper for us in the long run. Okay, I think we are nearly rocking and rolling the shield. Nearly done. With a couple of long bits of touch up to do. There are you. Saw a little bit a minute ago. Yeah. Oh yeah, I googled it and found it. So how much is that one over there, mate? Okay, so that is her shield, all nicely done. So you can see you've got the Sigmarite flash on it and everything. There's a little bit of touching up needs doing down the bottom there. That a bit. There we go. You just got to be so a bit gentle when you're coming around to doing edges like that, because I mean, sometimes you can lose that defined edge if you go too heavy. But yeah, that's now all done. So we can put that to one side, keep it shape for the time being. So the next thing we're going to do, take these apart. We should be able to pull you off. There we go. So on this one, we've got the neck to do. You can see there, I've had to slightly alter it by carving yeah, $14.99, $15. Yeah. But yeah, I've had to slightly alter it by carving the back of the neck down on the pin that holds it in position. For some reason or other, it was actually too fat to go in. So I've also had to carve out this joint here, which is part of the neck area. So I've had to shape that slightly. So it's taken a bit of fettling, this one. So lucky enough I'd managed to do all that. Oh, just a bit of seam there. Take that off. Yep. So that's all now done. So what we're going to do with this one is to actually give it a first coat of gold, and then she'll be ready for doing the highlights for the blue and the legs and the joint. So yeah, we'll just give it a quick coat of gold for the first coat, and I'll need my little clips for that. So a clip on your foot. We'll do it this way around. That's better. And a clip for yours. Like so. And that should hold it nice and tight. And then one for the neck and the head. So that should hold that, and it does. Oh, I'll get the other one. Size 2 brush, that should do it. And then we'll just give that a quick coat of gold, like so. We will be bring out some more of the detail on the helmet a lot later. We'll get the base coat done of gold, like so. There we go. The helm nearly done. And it's nice to know that in Age of Sigmar you do get a lot of good female figures to paint. So that's the golden helmet done. And now we've just got the armor plate and everything to do. Go around there. As I said, this is just basically the first coat, so even if you do go over certain areas, it doesn't really matter so much. Rather per bosom. The old 6-pack. That's that piece done there. And down the leash. Next we've got some lovely scroll work to pick out as well on this one again. So we'll be doing that. And also this one actually has lightning strikes on the knee pad as well. So that should make it a bit more interesting to do. That's one thing I do like about the Age of Sigmar figures. They do have a lot of detail on them compared to some of the older Space Marine stuff. So this new Dominion set that I will be doing a live stream for doing it. I'll be painting all the figures on the live stream. Well, one of each anyway. And especially the two main character pieces. I'll be attempting to paint them on live stream. So hopefully that will work out. Yeah, it's I do like the old Stormcast and that. You get some great looking kits, especially the Lumineth. Now those are very nice models, and I've done a few of them now. And even after doing my first set of Lumineth, I can safely say I would be getting more. I even told Mrs. M saying, look, these are beautiful kits and I will be getting more of them. Which I don't think she appreciated, because she's always accusing me of having too much plastic in the house. Which I don't think is a fair observation. As I keep telling her, you can never have too much plastic. The more the merrier. But she doesn't believe me. Yeah, I'm going to try and get into certain areas. Look. And it sounds like the good lady's about to put the kettle on. Oh, yes please. This is why it's always handy to have backroom staff. You get your brews made. She does whinge at me a lot though. But she's not been well enough to come on as a little pesky figure that turns up on the middle at the bottom of the screen. She's not been well enough to do that the last couple of days, so she has been playing in the background and she helps me set up. That's that bit done. Oh, missed a bit there. Let's see, we've got you. There we go. And you in there. There. So there we go. That's that piece of the gold done. We'll stick them up there. In there. So I'm not marking it up. And then we'll get this side done. Look better that arm out actually. Out of the way. Don't need the arm in the way. That we done. So yeah, I mean, me stumbling onto Warhammer has always been one of those things. It's a friend of mine who does a lot of Warhammer originally sent me a few Space Marines to do, just to see if I actually enjoy it or something, because I used to paint space walls when I was younger, and then decided to go down that big hole, as they call it, which I thoroughly enjoy too much. No, we haven't done any of the Pathfinder Gargantuan dragons. She has been looking at one by all accounts. So
It's the red dragon.
I think she says it's the red one that she's been looking at. Which is I think I'm looking for most of the blue dragons and the gold ones I like doing, because it's blue is one of my favourite colours. Not that anybody out to tell. No, it's mainly the blue ones I like. It's well, I do like the red dragon, don't get me wrong, but yeah, and I'd probably end up doing some sort of experimental paint job on it, make it into a metallic blue dragon, something like that.
So it's
What, the gargantuan one? How much does it cost? Those cost to you? Well, no, but she'll probably have a look at it, and then when I'm chatting to you on Messenger, mate, she'll no doubt butt in and tell me, knowing the good lady. Or she may be even looking it up now. Oh, well, she can't get access to her phone at the moment because she's using it to control where the camera goes. So yeah, we'll have a look for you and we'll let you know. I think she said they're roughly about 30 quid, didn't you? Something like that. She said it was about £32, I think. So I said it's more of a one that she likes, like me. I mean, I'm probably the biggest dragon lover in this house. Okay, so well, I think yes, it's getting close to me shutting shop for the night. We normally do an hour and a half, and it's just been over that now. So we'll have to shut shop soon, and hopefully next Saturday I will do some more on this figure. I reckon hopefully by next Saturday evening we may even get this one finished.
Painted up the red one a while ago. Was about $25 for me. Got my eye on the green one because I want to paint that blue. But the one I am reading, we should have compacting the price a bit more.
Yeah, the wife was just saying that the one she's found was from Amazon, and they tend to like say, oh well, we'll give it a free delivery. Yeah, what a load of bollocks. All they do is jack up the price slightly to cover the postage. They're renowned for it. And the wife's just saying to me that they're not that easy to get hold of either, for some strange reason. So that's the gold done on that one. I'll put you over there to dry. And the head can go on there as well. And then we know where you all are. And then we've got the ammo piece. Another little clip. Stick you on there. We can, oh pardon me, do the last bits of gold. And there we go, that's that bit. There is some blue to touch up on this and some black. We'll do that in a little while. I'll do that next week. I'll get it near enough there done. The base coating of it done with all the parts that I need to do. And if I can get all the gold parts done, I'll be chuffed, to say the least. Then it gives me a good head start for next week. And it also gives this gold enough time to set properly. But for some strange reason it does take a bit longer than any other colour. Good evening, Lynn. How are you, love? Doing well, I hope. And welcome to the show. And what have we all been building this evening? I was thinking about closing then. It looks like I might have to stay a bit longer. But yeah, you've just basically caught us in the last stages today, Lynn. Sadly, but there we go. So that's the gold, I think. Oh, I've missed a bit there. I'd usually do. The head of the hammer. On the top of the shaft. Might have to have a look in the drawer at some point and see if I've got any more chrome red. Oh, well, that's running low. But then again, it's the wife has given me the perfect excuse to go into the Games Workshop next week. She wants some paints. This could be very expensive. I'm doing great now that I get to watch your show. Oh, thank you very much, Lynn. I do hope you enjoy it. We're probably on for another 10 minutes or so, sadly. But you could always watch it on replay, I'm afraid. Look, but at least you get to interact this time live. And then I'll maybe drop into the hangout afterwards. So just for you, Lynn, I'll do a quick recap of what we've done tonight. So tonight we have finished off this fella. Oh, which one is that one? Oh, that's it. Here we go. So yeah, we've got this one done tonight, where we've done his base. So we've been having fun doing all that tonight on that piece. And then we've started on our female Stormcast from the box of 3, which is the young, well-endowed young lady at the back there. So we've done her tonight. Started doing her. So we've got these two done. So yes, that's what we've been up to tonight. And lucky enough, we should hopefully have it finished off for next week. So we've got that. The figures have had all the base coat of the gold on it. On each one of the figures pieces. Like the arm and hammer. arm and hammer, I should say. And then we've got the other body piece there. That's all ready in gold. And we've completed her shield. So her shield's all now been done. So let me see it better over the white there. There we go. So that's all now sorted. I don't know if you've actually seen the pictures of the Did you finish the Helldrake yet? No, I haven't, mate. That's just purely getting done mostly on live streams on Tuesday, which we'll be doing the Helldrake on. But I did finish the old Stormfang, which is a Space Wolf ship. That's all been finished up, which I started that about 4 or 5 days ago. And it's not in the proper Stormfang colours, but I don't care. I like it the way it is. So yeah, it's not a bad little shield. It's now it's all just been tied up a little bit more. But yeah, that's the Stormfang, and he's got his own little shiny light blue Space Marine driver in there. He's supposed to be a Space Wolf, but they're supposed to be like a light bluey grey. But I didn't like it. I actually just wouldn't fill it up well. But then I've got some of Brett's favourite little fellas that I've done, that he's admitted that he's broken 2 of. That one needs to have its wash done on it. That's little Night Haunt. That one needs the wash doing on it as well. This one just needs the base doing it because it's had the wash over it. So it's got the base to do. This one's also, the base just needs doing on it. And the fellow with the axe, he just needs his base doing as well. So yeah, that's all them. That's what I've been playing around with during the week. Just plodding along with them, because these have actually been sat on my bench for 6-7 months, all primed up, ready to go. And we've still got one more there to do. And oh yeah, I've got this little fella, our fella as I call him, because he's only got half a body. He's called Arthur. And then we've got that one left to do, and then that's these 7 done. I think there originally was 10. I've got 3 done already, but I have also, we'll just swap over to face cam a minute, because I can just drop that down out the way. There we go. We'll move my light out of the way because that's now, there we go. I have been building shelves, mostly to hold all my Stormcast figures and me Warhammer stuff, but it has actually got a London bus stuck up there at the moment, so we can actually literally pick you up quickly, turn you around, oops, some my stash, and there you see all of my Stormcast, Night Haunts and my Space Marines there, and the other armour pieces up the top there. There's your Lego London bus, and it's got the Stormhawk above, and a few more pieces there, but it's also got the wife's little one there, which is the werewolf, but it's only in primer, so it's only got the wife to play around with that, and it's got the other ones there. And then on the other side of us, oh, I was hanging up and in, we have got the shelf of tankage, and it's got the Revel London bus on it. So yeah, that's what I've been messing about with over the last couple of days. sorting them out. Oh, if I can get it back onto top of the laptop. Yeah. There you go. I'll shoot you up there. Like so. Okay. So yeah. So the Stormcast ride, the boss to battle on. Yeah, well, somebody's got to, I suppose. As long as they don't go ding ding when they get close, they won't get heard then, will they? I think the old diesel would put out too much noise. So yeah, and then basically we've got a few, but I've now realised that I do need more shelves. So I'm going to have to make at least 2 more to fit the rest of the stuff on. And then probably more, even more than that when I get round to it. So I'll probably end up coming around the corners slightly on each side. So that is the end of the show tonight. But we have, oh, there's one little thing I've got, which is the other figures that I've actually primed up ready. And these are the dredge scythes. Because they've all got big scythes. And we've even got one, it's a hangman one, which is on the end there. He's got a hangman's noose and everything. So, here we go. There he is. So we've got that one to do. There'll be the next night haunts to do. And these are the Harridan, well, dredge scythe Harridans, they're called. They're all part of the night haunt army. You've got a shelf to pop as well, have you then? You best get to it then, love. Get it done. Then you can get all your little toys on it. As the wife keeps calling mine. So yeah, I will say good night to you all, and thank you for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed the show. If so, press the like button and the thumbs up. And if nobody else would like to come and watch it, please be free to actually send them the link to it. And don't tell them not to forget to subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. Thank you very much, and good night.